Captain Du-hyun stood tall on the bridge of the Earth Defense Force flagship *Resilience*. His dark eyes fixed on the main screen where a strange ship waited at the edge of our solar system. After years of searching the stars, humans were not alone anymore. "Sir, they're sending another message," said Eunji, his intelligence officer. Her fingers moved quickly over her control panel. "Put it on screen," Du-hyun ordered. The alien that appeared looked like a giant insect. It had 4 arms, a hard shell, and eyes that seemed to look in all directions at once. The translator changed the clicks and buzzes into words humans could understand. "People of Earth, we come in peace. We are the Vraxians. We speak for the Galactic Concordat, a group of many space-traveling species. We wish to trade and share knowledge." Do-hyun did not trust easily, but Earth's leaders had ordered him to be friendly. Humanity had dreamed of this moment for centuries. "This is Captain Du-hyun of Earth. We welcome you and offer friendship." Back on Earth, Defense Minister Han Ji-soo watched the transmission from the war room in Seoul. 55 years old with gray in her short black hair, she had spent her life protecting Earth. Now she faced something no human leader ever had before. "What do you think?" asked the president. "I think we should be careful," Ji-soo said. "They may be peaceful, but we know nothing about them. Let's not show all our cards at once." The president nodded. "Agreed. But this could be the greatest moment in human history. If they really represent many alien species, we could gain technology, knowledge, new worlds to explore." Over the next few days, the Vraxians requested permission to send a small team to Earth. They also asked many questions about Earth's resources, defenses, population centers. Du-hyun allowed some questions but avoided others. At night, in his private quarters, he shared his worries with Eunji. "They ask too many questions about our weapons and cities," he said. Eunji nodded. "Yes. And have you noticed? They tell us about this Concordat, but they share few details. No pictures of other species, no specific locations. Write up your concerns. I'll send them to Minister Han," Du-hyun ordered. When the report reached Earth, Han Ji-soo read it carefully. She took it to the diplomatic team, but they dismissed it. "You military types always see threats," said the head diplomat. "These beings have traveled across stars. If they wanted to harm us, they could have done it already." Ji-soo wasn't convinced. She ordered secret preparations. Military bases increased their readiness. Scientists worked faster on new defense systems. But publicly, Earth welcomed the Vraxians with open arms. 1 month after first contact, 3 Vraxian ships landed in neutral territory in the Pacific Ocean. Earth sent its best and brightest to meet them. The aliens brought gifts, materials unknown to Earth science, star maps, and promises of advanced medicine. In return, they requested tours of major cities and access to Earth's communication systems to better understand humans. Do-hyun, watching from orbit, sent another warning to Ji-soo. "They take more than they give. They watch everything. I don't like it." This time, Ji-soo took the warning directly to the president. "Captain Du-hyun is one of our best officers. If he's worried, we should listen." The president frowned. "What would you have me do? Turn away our first alien visitors because of a feeling? The people are excited. The economy is booming just from the new materials they've shared. Just limit their access." Ji-soo pleaded. "Don't show them everything." 2 more weeks, the president decided. If they prove trustworthy, we move forward with full diplomatic relations. As Ji-soo left the meeting, her phone buzzed. It was a message from Eunji on the *Resilience*. "Minister, intercepted strange transmissions from Praxian ships, sending data to locked channel. Something's not right." Ji-soo hurried to her secure office, unaware that Earth had only days left before everything would change forever. 3 months had passed since the Vraxians arrived. Earth's leaders had welcomed them fully, ignoring the warnings from Du-hyun and Ji-soo. The aliens now had offices in most major cities and access to global communication networks. Do-hyun's ship, the Resilience orbited Mars on a routine patrol. They were 2 days from returning to Earth. "Captain, something's wrong," Yunji said suddenly. Her face went pale as she stared at her screen. "Multiple launches detected from Praxian ships near Earth. They're firing weapons." Do-hyun rushed to her station. "Show me." The screen displayed dozens of bright flashes. The Vraxian diplomatic vessels had moved into attack positions around Earth. "Get me Earth Command now," Do-hyun ordered. The communications officer tried desperately. "All channels are jammed, sir. I can't reach anyone." Do-hyun made a quick decision. Battle stations, full speed to Earth. But they both knew the Resilience was 3 days away at top speed. Far too late to help. On Earth, Defense Minister Han Ji-soo was visiting a military bunker deep in the mountains outside Seoul. She had come to check on a new defense system, still not trusting the Vraxians despite months of peaceful exchange. The first blast hit Seoul without warning. The antimatter weapon turned South Korea's capital into a crater in seconds. 3 million people gone in a flash of light. In the bunker, the shock wave knocked Ji-soo to the floor. Emergency lights flashed red. "What was that?" she demanded, pulling herself up. A young officer, face white with shock, turned to her. "Minister, Seoul is gone. Just gone." Before Ji-soo could process this, more reports flooded in. New York, London, Beijing, Delhi, all hit within minutes of each other. The Vraxians had launched a coordinated attack on every major city worldwide. "Get me the president," Ji-soo ordered. "The Blue House was hit first, Minister. The president and cabinet they're gone." Ji-soo felt cold fear in her stomach. She was now one of the highest-ranking government officials left alive. "What about our defenses, the space fleet?" Most ships were in dock for the Vraxian goodwill ceremony. "They were destroyed first," the officer reported. "Only ships on deep patrol survived." Ji-soo thought of Do-hyun's Resilience Was it still safe near Mars? She had no way to know. Over the next 48 hours, the full horror became clear. The Vraxians had used Earth's own defense systems against it. Their diplomatic team had carefully studied Earth's weaknesses for 3 months. The death toll was beyond imagination. 3 million in Seoul alone. Billions worldwide as the attacks continued. From the Resilience now racing toward Earth, Do-hyun watched the nightmare unfold through long-range sensors. "They planned this from the start," Yunji said, tears running down her face as she watched her homeworld burn. "First contact was just a trick." Do-hyun nodded grimly. "We need to be smart now. If we rush in, they'll destroy us too." He made another difficult decision. "Change course. Head for the asteroid belt. We'll hide there and gather information before we strike back." "Sir," his first officer questioned. "Earth needs us. Earth needs us alive," Do-hyun said firmly. "We may be the only military ship left. We die smart, not fast." In the mountain bunker, now serving as an emergency command center, Ji-soo gathered the survivors. Military officers, government officials, and civilians who had been away from major cities when the attacks began. "The Vraxians believe they've won," she told them. "They think humans are weak and trusting. They've killed our leaders, destroyed our cities, and broken our military." She stood straighter, her voice growing stronger. "But they don't understand humans. We tried being civilized. We offered friendship. Now they'll learn what happens when humans stop being nice." One general looked doubtful. "Minister, with respect, what can we do? They have superior technology and weapons." Ji-soo's eyes hardened. "We adapt. We hide. We fight dirty. And we show these aliens that killing 3 million of us was the biggest mistake they ever made." The room fell silent as her words sank in. The human race was on the brink of extinction. but the fight was just beginning. 6 months had passed since the Vraxian attack. Earth was a different place now. Most cities lay in ruins. The aliens had set up bases to mine Earth's resources. They thought humans were nearly finished. They were wrong. In the mountains outside what was once Seoul, Han Ji-soo had turned the military bunker into the heart of human resistance. The underground facility now housed hundreds of survivors. Engineers had expanded it, digging deeper into the mountain. Minister Captain Do-hyun's ship has been spotted, a communications officer reported. They're approaching Earth using the shadow of a cargo ship the Vraxians shot down. Ji-soo felt hope for the first time in months. Guide them in, carefully. 3 days later, the Resilience landed at a hidden airfield. Do-hyun and his crew had used the asteroid belt to hide, watching Vraxian movements and planning their return. Now they brought valuable intelligence and working weapons. They're stripping the planet, Do-hyun told Ji-soo during their first meeting. Taking metals, water, even soil. They don't care about conquering us. They just want our resources. Ji-soo nodded. We've noticed. They ignore small groups of humans unless we attack them. That's our advantage, Do-hyun said. They think we're done fighting. In the ruins of Busan, a young man named Ta-won worked in a hidden basement lab. Before the attack, he had been an engineering student. Now he was the Resistance's best hope for technology. Try it now, he told his sister Sunmi. Sunmi pressed a button on the small device. Nearby, a Vraxian communication unit sparked and went silent. It works. Sunmi smiled. At 25, she had been an agricultural scientist before the war. Now she helped her brother create weapons. This will help our fighters, Ta-won said, picking up the jammer. We can stop Vraxians from calling for help during raids. As they packed up their equipment, Sunmi frowned. I found something strange today. Remember those samples we took from the dead Vraxian? Yes. What about them? I was testing different Earth substances on their tissues. Most did nothing, but this. She held up a small dish with black specks. It's a common fungus. When it touches Vraxian cells, they'd break down completely. Ta-won stared at the dish. You found a weapon. In Ji-soo's command center, 20 leaders from around the world gathered. Some had traveled months to reach Korea. They represented the largest surviving human communities. We have 3 options, Ji-soo explained. First, we can try to contact the Galactic Concordat, the Vraxians mentioned. Maybe other aliens would help us. An American general shook his head. That's wishful thinking. We have no way to send messages beyond our solar system. Second, Ji-soo continued, we can focus on survival. Hide, rebuild in secret, wait for the Vraxians to leave. And how long would that take? Asked a European leader. Generations. Centuries. No, we must fight. That's the third option, Do-hyun said. War. Not just resistance, but taking the fight to them. Hitting them so hard they regret ever coming to Earth. The room divided quickly. Some believed diplomacy was still possible. Others wanted only to ensure human survival. The third group demanded revenge. We tried being civilized, Do-hyun reminded them. 3 million people died in Seoul alone. Billions worldwide. The time for talking is over. As they argued, a messenger arrived with news from Busan. Ta-won and Sunmi had discovered a biological weapon against the Vraxians. The room fell silent. This changes everything, Ji-soo said quietly. With this fungus, we might have a real chance. She looked at each person in the room. I've made my decision. Humanity tried the diplomatic approach and failed. Now we show these aliens what humans can do when we stop being nice. She turned to Do-hyun. Captain, I want attack plans on my desk in 48 hours. We're going to hit them everywhere at once. As the meeting ended, Ji-soo stared at the map of Earth, now marked with Vraxian mining operations. You should have killed us all, she whispered to the absent aliens, Because now we're coming for you. Taiwan worked day and night in his lab. For 2 weeks, he had been studying a piece of Vraxian technology that resistance fighters had stolen. It was part of their communication system. I think I found something, he told Sun Mai one night. His eyes were red from lack of sleep. Look at this message pattern. Sun Mai leaned over his shoulder. The screen showed strange symbols that made no sense to her. What am I looking at? She asked. I broke their code, Taiwan said proudly. These are messages between their ships and someone far away. Not on Earth. Sun Mi's eyes widened. Their home planet. No. Taiwan shook his head. I think they're talking to their mining colonies on other planets. And they're worried. He pointed to one section of code. This part keeps showing up. I think it translates to Concordat patrols or Concordat ships. The Galactic Concordat they claim to represent. Sun Mai asked. Yes, but they're not part of it. Taiwan's voice rose with excitement. They're running from it. The Vraxians lied about everything. They're not diplomats or representatives. They're outcasts. The next day, they'd brought their discovery to Jisoo and Do-hyun. You're sure about this? Jisoo asked after Taiwan explained. Completely sure, he answered. They're strip mining Earth as fast as possible because they're afraid the real Concordat will find them here. Do-hyun paced the room, thinking. This is why they attacked so quickly. They needed our resources before the Concordat could stop them. We need to get this information to all resistance cells, Jisoo decided. And we need to speed up our plans for the fungal weapon. In another part of the bunker, Sun Mi worked with a team of scientists. They had grown large amounts of the fungus that harmed Vraxian biology. Now they needed a way to use it. The problem is delivery, Sun Mi explained to Do-hyun when he visited her lab. We can't just throw fungus at them. We need to get it into their ships, their bases, their air systems. Do-hyun thought for a moment. What if we use their own systems against them, like they did to us? What do you mean? Their mining operations use air filtration. If we could put the fungus into those systems, it would spread through their entire base. Sun Mi nodded slowly. That could work, but someone would have to get inside to do it. My crew and I will do it, Do-hyun said without hesitation. We've been studying their security. We can get in. That night, Jisoo called a meeting of all resistance leaders. She shared Taiwan's discovery about the Vraxians being outcasts from the Galactic Concordat. This changes our strategy, she told them. The Vraxians are not as powerful as we thought. They're criminals, harvesting our world before their own people catch them. Does this mean we should try to contact the Concordat? Asked one leader. How? Do-hyun challenged. We have no way to send messages beyond our solar system. No, Jisoo decided. We can't wait for help that might never come. We have to save ourselves. She outlined the plan they had developed. Resistance cells worldwide would attack Vraxian mining operations simultaneously. Do-hyun and his crew would infiltrate the main Vraxian command ship to plant the fungal weapon in its air system. This is a suicide mission, one general pointed out. The command ship is heavily guarded. I know, Do-hyun said calmly, but it's our best chance. If we take out their leadership, the ground forces will be disorganized. The room fell silent. Everyone understood the stakes. We launch in 3 days, Jisoo announced. This is our one chance to take back our planet. After the meeting, Jisoo and Do-hyun stood alone in the war room. Are you sure about this? She asked him quietly. Your team might not come back. Do-hyun looked at the map of Earth, now covered with red marks showing Vraxian bases. They killed 3 million people in my home city in seconds, he said. They didn't give them any chance to fight or run. I'll gladly risk my life to make them pay. Jisoo nodded. We tried being civilized. Not anymore, Do-hyun finished. Dawn broke over the ruins of what was once Seoul. 3 days had passed since the resistance meeting. Today, humanity would fight back. Do-hyun checked his equipment one last time. His team of 6 stood ready beside a small, stolen Vraxian shuttle. They had captured it during a raid 2 months ago. Taiwan had modified it to look like a supply ship. Remember, Du Hyun told his team, "Our job is to reach the command ship and plant the fungal weapon in their air system. If we succeed, their leaders will be disabled. If we fail, the ground attacks will still go forward." Yoon-ji, his intelligence officer, nodded. "We won't fail." Do Hyun looked at each member of his team. They might not return from this mission. They all knew it. "For Earth," he said simply. "For Earth," they echoed. In the command bunker, Ji-soo watched as reports came in from resistance cells worldwide. Everyone was in position. "It's time," she said. "Send the signal." A radio operator sent out a simple code. Retribution begins. Across the planet, human fighters moved into action. In Australia, they attacked a mining operation with explosives. In Europe, they sabotaged Vraxian equipment. In Africa, they ambushed alien patrols. It was not a fair fight. Humans died by the hundreds. But they fought with a fury that surprised the Vraxians. Sun Mi led a team of 20 fighters toward the largest Vraxian base in Korea. They carried backpacks filled with the fungal weapon. "Remember," she told them, "we need to reach the air filtration system. Once we plant the fungus there, it will spread throughout the base." They moved carefully through the ruins, avoiding Vraxian patrols. When they reached the base perimeter, they split into 3 groups. Sun Mi led the main group toward the central building. An alarm sounded. They had been spotted. "Run," Sun Mi ordered, straight to the target. Her fighters charged forward, firing their weapons. Vraxian guards fell, but humans fell too. Sun Mi kept running, clutching her backpack. 3 fighters stayed with her as they reached the main building. Inside, they fought their way through corridors. 2 more humans died. Sun Mi and the last fighter reached the filtration room. "Cover me," she told him as she opened her backpack. She pulled out containers of the fungus and began placing them in the air system. The door burst open. 3 Vraxians entered, weapons raised. The human fighter fired, killing one before being shot himself. Sun Mi finished placing the fungus as the aliens approached her. She closed her eyes, waiting for death. Then the aliens began to make strange sounds. They dropped their weapons and clutched at their breathing masks. The fungus was already working. Above Earth, Du Hyun's stolen shuttle approached the Vraxian command ship. "Supply shuttle requesting dock," Yoon-ji said in the Vraxian language. They had practiced for weeks. "Proceed to Bay 4, came the reply. The shuttle landed smoothly. Du Hyun's team moved quickly, wearing stolen Vraxian armor. They carried containers labeled food supplies that actually held the fungal weapon. They reached the central air system without being stopped, but as they began placing the fungus, an alarm sounded. "We've been discovered," Yoon-ji said. Do Hyun looked at the fungal containers. Half were in place. Would it be enough? "Keep working," he ordered. "Complete the mission." Vraxian soldiers surrounded them minutes later. Do Hyun's team fought bravely, but they were outnumbered. One by one, they fell. As Do Hyun was hit, he saw Yoon-ji place the last container. She looked at him and nodded before a Vraxian shot her. Do Hyun pulled out a detonator. They had placed explosives throughout the ship as backup. His vision grew dark as he pressed the button. The command ship exploded in a ball of fire. In the bunker, Ji-soo watched satellite images of the explosion. "Do Hyun's ship?" someone asked. "Gone," Ji-soo said, her voice tight with grief. "But they succeeded. Look." On screens around the room, reports showed Vraxians collapsing at bases worldwide. The fungal weapon was working. "We've hurt them," Ji-soo said. "Now we finish this. Prepare the second wave of attacks." Humanity had begun to take back its world. 3 days after Operation Retribution, the humans had their first taste of hope. The fungal weapon had crippled Vraxian forces worldwide. The destruction of the command ship had thrown the aliens into confusion. Jisoo stood in the war room, studying the latest reports. "We've taken back 12 mining sites," she told her commanders. "The Vraxians are retreating to their remaining bases." But her face remained grim. "This isn't over. They still have ships in orbit and weapons that can destroy entire cities." Taiwan entered the room, looking tired but excited. "Minister, I've been studying the Vraxian ships we captured. I found something important." He spread diagrams on the table. "Their ships have a weakness. They're very sensitive to electromagnetic pulses. A strong enough EMP could shut down their systems completely." "Can we build weapons that powerful?" Jisoo asked. "We already have them," Taiwan replied. "Nuclear weapons create EMPs when they explode high in the atmosphere." The room fell silent. Using nuclear weapons had been forbidden. Even in their desperate situation, no one wanted to damage Earth further. "We don't have to detonate them on the ground," Taiwan explained. "High-altitude explosions would create EMPs without the radiation and blast damage." Jisoo made her decision. "Prepare the missiles. Target Vraxian ships and landing zones only." Minho was the youngest pilot in the Resistance. At 22, he had been training to fly passenger planes before the invasion. Now he flew a patched-up fighter jet. "Your mission is simple but dangerous," his commander told him and 3 other pilots. "Fly these modified jets high over Vraxian bases. Each plane carries 1 small nuclear missile. Launch them at exactly 20,000 meters, then get away as fast as you can." Minho nodded nervously. "What about radiation?" "The missiles are designed for high-altitude detonation. The EMP will hit the Vraxians, but the radiation will disperse in the upper atmosphere." 4 hours later, Minho's jet screamed through the sky above what had once been Beijing. Below him, a massive Vraxian base spread across the ruins. His hand shook as he armed the missile. "Target locked," he reported through his radio. "Reaching launch altitude. All pilots, launch together on my mark," the commander's voice replied. 3, 2, 1, mark. Minho pressed the button. The missile dropped from his jet and shot downward. He turned his plane and flew as fast as possible away from the target. Behind him, a flash lit up the sky. The EMP blast rolled outward, invisible but powerful. Below, Vraxian ships suddenly lost power and fell from the sky. Their base went dark. The same scene played out at 3 other locations around the world. In the command bunker, Jisoo watched satellite feeds of the attacks. "It worked," Taiwan said in amazement. "Their ships are dropping like stones." "Launch the ground forces," Jisoo ordered. "Take those bases while they're defenseless." Across the world, human fighters swarmed into Vraxian bases. Without power, the aliens' advanced weapons were useless. They fought with tooth and claw. But humans fought with the fury of a species fighting for survival. By nightfall, 7 major Vraxian bases had fallen. Jisoo allowed herself a small smile as the reports came in. Then a communications officer called out in alarm. "Minister, we're detecting multiple ships entering the solar system." The room froze. Had the Vraxians called for reinforcements? The officer's face went pale as he listened to his headset. They're firing on the remaining Vraxian ships. And they're huge. Much bigger than anything we've seen before. Taiwan rushed to a scanner. After a moment, he looked up, his face a mix of fear and hope. "These aren't Vraxians," he said. "The design is completely different. I think this might be the real galactic Concordat." Jisoo stared at the screen. After all their fighting, after all their sacrifices, was Earth about to face an even more powerful enemy? "Prepare all remaining weapons," she ordered. "If these new aliens want Earth, they'll have to fight for it too. We tried being civilized once. We won't make that mistake again." The new alien ships hung in Earth's orbit like giant silver diamonds. For 3 days, they had destroyed Vraxian ships, but made no move toward Earth itself. In the command bunker, Jisoo called an emergency meeting. We need to prepare for the worst, she told the resistance leaders. If these new aliens are hostile, Earth may not survive another war. We should try to talk to them, Sunma suggested. She had survived the attack on the Vraxian base and now worked with her brother. How? Asked a general. We have no way to reach them in orbit. Taiwan spoke up. Actually, we might. The Vraxian communication systems we captured could be modified to send messages into space. Jisoo nodded. Try it. But in the meantime, we need a backup plan. A way to ensure humanity survives even if Earth falls. She unrolled a set of plans on the table. This is the Ark project. We'll convert the old mining base on the moon into a self-sustaining colony. If Earth becomes uninhabitable, at least some humans will survive. The room grew quiet as people studied the plans. This would take years, someone said. Not if we use Vraxian technology, Jisoo replied. Their mining equipment could cut the time to months. We start today. Work on the Ark project began immediately. Using captured Vraxian ships, teams of engineers and workers traveled to the abandoned lunar base. They brought supplies, equipment, and Vraxian technology. On Earth, Sunma took on a new mission. We need to preserve Earth's life, she told her team. Plants, animals, even insects. We'll create seed banks and DNA storage for the Ark. Her team spread out across the less damaged parts of the world, collecting samples of every living thing they could find. Meanwhile, Taiwan worked day and night to modify the Vraxian communication system. After a week of failures, he finally succeeded. We've made contact, he reported to Jisoo. They respond to our signals. The first message from the new aliens was simple. We are the Lith. We represent the Galactic Concordat. The criminals who attack your world will be punished. Jisoo replied carefully. We are the humans of Earth. Our world is badly damaged. Billions are dead. Will you help us? The answer came hours later. We do not interfere in developing worlds. The criminals will be removed. You must rebuild on your own. Jisoo's face hardened when she read this. So much for help from the stars, she said to her advisors. The Ark project is now our top priority. 1 month after contact with the Lith, a strange ship landed near the command bunker. Unlike the Vraxian ships, it was smooth and rounded, with no visible weapons. Armed humans surrounded it as the door opened. A single figure stepped out. It looked almost like a Vraxian, but smaller with different markings. It raised 2 of its 4 hands in what seemed like a peaceful gesture. I am Junho, said a Korean linguist who had been studying Vraxian language. Who are you? The alien spoke, and Junho translated for Jisoo. He says his name is difficult to pronounce in our language. He is a scientist, not a soldier. He says he defected from the Vraxians. There are others like him who opposed the attack on Earth. Jisoo approached cautiously. Ask him why he came here. After more translation, Junho looked surprised. He says he wants to help us. He says the Vraxians diverted most of their forces to Earth. Their home planets are nearly defenseless right now. Jisoo's eyes widened. Ask him if he can show us where these planets are. The alien nodded and held out a small device that projected a star map. Later that night, Jisoo met with her top advisors. This changes everything, she said. The Lith won't help us, but they've removed most of the Vraxians from Earth. Now we know where the Vraxian homeworld is, and that it's vulnerable. What are you suggesting? Sunma asked. Jisoo's face was grim but determined. The Ark project will continue, but not just as a refuge. We're going to turn it into a warship. The Vraxians came to our home and killed billions. Now we're going to pay them a visit. We tried being civilized, Taiwan said. Not anymore, Jisoo finished. 6 months passed. The Ark project grew from a simple idea to an impressive reality. The old mining base on the moon had been transformed. Now a massive ship stood there, built from Earth materials and Vraxian technology. Jisoo named it the New Dawn asterisk. It's ready, Taiwan told her as they walked through the ship's main corridor. We've installed the Vraxian engines. They'll get us to the Vraxian home system in 2 years. And the weapons? Jisoo asked. The fungal delivery systems are in place. We've also added conventional weapons using Vraxian designs. Jisoo nodded. How many people can it hold? 50,000, Taiwan replied. Not many compared to Earth's original population, but enough to ensure humanity's survival. The hardest part had been choosing who would go. Scientists, engineers, doctors, soldiers, people with skills needed for the mission and for rebuilding afterward. Families were kept together when possible. No one wanted to separate loved ones again. The day of departure came. Jisoo stood before the gathered crowd at the lunar base. Today, we make the most difficult choice in human history, she said. We leave our home planet temporarily. Some of you will stay behind to continue the fight on Earth. The rest will journey to the Vraxian homeworld. She looked at the faces before her. This is not just about revenge. It's about justice. It's about showing the galaxy that humans will not be victims. We will not disappear quietly. Boarding began that day. 50,000 people filed into the New Dawn asterisk. Each carried only essential items. There was no room for luxury on this journey. A smaller group of volunteers would remain on Earth and the Moon, continuing to fight any remaining Vraxians and preparing for the eventual return. The New Dawn asterisk launched silently into space. On the bridge, Jisoo watched as Earth grew smaller behind them. Course set for the Vraxian system, reported Minho, who had survived the EMP mission and now served as a navigation officer. Engage engines, Jisoo ordered. The great ship moved forward, faster and faster, until the stars blurred around them. Life aboard the New Dawn asterisk was hard. Though the ship was large, 50,000 people made it crowded. Food had to be carefully rationed. Water was recycled endlessly. Every resource was precious. 6 months into the journey, the food systems began to fail. Plants in the hydroponic gardens died mysteriously. Panic spread through the ship. Sun Mei worked day and night in her lab. The problem is a fungus, she finally reported to Jisoo. Not our weapon, but a common earth mold. It's attacking the plants. Can you stop it? Jisoo asked. I think so, but we'll lose 30% of our food supply before I can. Rations grew smaller. People grew hungrier. Some began to question the mission. We should turn back, voices whispered in the corridors. We should focus on rebuilding Earth, not chasing revenge. Meanwhile, Jung-ho spent his days with the Vraxian defector, learning everything he could about their society. Their world is not what we imagined, he told Jisoo after a year in space. Their society is built on strict rules. Those who spoke against the attack on Earth were killed or imprisoned. Are you saying we should forgive them? Jisoo asked sharply. No, Jung-ho replied. I'm saying not all of them are our enemies. There are those who would help us if given the chance. Jisoo considered this. Can your Vraxian friend identify these potential allies? Yes. He has names, locations, communication frequencies. Good. We'll need them when we arrive. Near the end of the second year, as food supplies dwindled dangerously low, Minho called out from his station. Minister, unknown ships approaching at high speed. The bridge crew tensed. Jisoo hurried to the command chair. Defensive positions, she ordered. Prepare weapons. The unknown ships surrounded the New Dawn asterisk, their sleek, crystalline forms unlike anything humans had seen before. A message appeared on the main screen in several Earth languages. Human vessel, this is the Lith Concordat Patrol. Your presence in this sector is unauthorized. Identify yourselves and your purpose. Jisoo stood tall. I am Minister Han Jisoo of Earth. We seek justice for the 3 million humans killed by Vraxian attackers. The reply came quickly. prepare to be boarded. Jisoo stood in the meeting room of the New Dawn facing 3 Lith representatives. They looked like walking crystals, their bodies shimmering with internal light. They had no faces, just smooth surfaces that changed color as they spoke. "Humans should not be here," said the tallest Lith. Its voice sounded like chimes in the wind. "This sector is under Concordat protection. The Vraxians attacked our world," Jisoo replied calmly. "They killed billions of our people. We seek justice. Justice is for the Concordat to deliver," the Lith said. "Return to your world." Jisoo shook her head. "We tried being civilized. We welcomed the Vraxians in peace. They repaid us with death. We will not go back empty-handed." Junho stepped forward with the Vraxian defector. "This Vraxian can prove that his people violated Concordat law. They claimed to represent you when they came to Earth. That is forbidden, yes." The Lith turned their crystalline bodies toward the Vraxian. They spoke in sounds humans couldn't understand. After a long conversation, the Lith turned back to Jisoo. "What you say is true. The Vraxians broke our highest laws, but we cannot help you attack them." "Then don't help us," Jisoo said. "Just don't stop us." After more discussion, the Lith agreed to let the New Dawn continue. They even provided stealth technology to hide the ship from Vraxian sensors. "Your mission is your own," the lead Lith said as they departed. "But remember, how you seek justice will define your species to the galaxy." 1 month later, the New Dawn reached the Vraxian home system. 5 planets orbited a yellow star. The 3rd planet was the Vraxian homeworld. "Minimal defenses," Minho reported from his station. "Just as our informant said, most of their fleet is still near Earth or fighting the Concordat." "Take us in," Jisoo ordered. "Stealth systems at maximum." The great ship slipped past the outer planets, undetected by Vraxian sensors. As they approached the homeworld, Taiwan prepared the weapons. "The fungal bombs are ready," he told Jisoo. "One strike could wipe out their entire population." Jisoo looked at the planet on the screen. Billions of Vraxians lived there. Most had never been to Earth. Many had opposed the attack. "No," she said firmly. "We target their leadership centers and military bases only. We are not them. We will not kill innocents." Some crew members protested. "They showed us no mercy. Why should we spare them?" "Because we're human," Jisoo replied. "If we kill them all, we become what we hate." The New Dawn launched precise strikes against key Vraxian facilities. The fungal weapon disabled their leaders and military without spreading to civilian areas. Then Jisoo sent a message to the entire planet. "People of Vraxia, your leaders attacked Earth without provocation. They killed billions of humans. We could destroy your world as you tried to destroy ours. Instead, we offer terms. Withdraw all forces from Earth, provide resources to help rebuild our world, and accept Concordat oversight. You have 1 day to decide." The Vraxians, facing destruction, accepted. 50 years passed. Earth slowly healed with Vraxian and Concordat help. Cities rose from ruins. Forests regrew. Humans returned from the New Dawn to rebuild their homeworld. Relations with the Vraxians remained tense but peaceful. Over time, trade began, then cultural exchange. The first Vraxian embassy opened in New Seoul 30 years after the war ended. On a sunny day in 2237, an elderly Jisoo attended a ceremony at the United Earth headquarters. Earth was about to send its first representative to the Galactic Concordat. Humanity had earned its place among the stars. After the ceremony, a young diplomat approached Jisoo. "Minister, I've always wondered, why didn't you destroy the Vraxians when you had the chance? After what they did to us." Jisoo looked out at the rebuilt city, where humans walked alongside aliens from a dozen worlds. "We tried being civilized, and the Vraxians took advantage of that," she said slowly. "So we became warriors and fought back. But true strength isn't just in knowing when to fight. It's in knowing when to stop fighting. She smiled at the young diplomat. That's the hardest lesson. We had to remember how to be civilized again, even after everything we lost. That's what makes us human. The Earth flag rose between the flags of the Concordat races. Humanity had survived its darkest hour and emerged stronger, not just as warriors, but as a species that understood both war and peace, and chose which path to walk.